Hey guys, welcome back to Dark Souls. This is Fahad Side from Pixel Icons. We're on episode 49, I believe. And on this episode, we're going to do, I think, the first 2/3 of Lost Izalith. So, before I continue, I just want to go ahead and level up. And I think what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to level up my dexterity to 18. I don't see us having the intelligence anytime soon to cast any sorceries we can't cast already. I think what I'm going to also do is take off Fall Control, and I want to put on Remedy, and I want to put on Dark Orb. Alright. Without further ado, I think we're going to continue ahead. And what we want to do is we want to go through this little broken bridge here. And we're going to run up this charred stone wooden type pathway through that covered bridge, and that will take us, well, actually this isn't covered bridge, it's actually a wall. We're gonna run through here and we're gonna go through this area. I really like the architecture of Lost Izalith. It reminds me of like Nepalese or Tibetan architecture, except it's not like, it doesn't have a lot of reds and golds and blues and rich browns. It has like the stone color, which I think makes it seem very unique looking. So this area over here, under this bridge, has a lot of these stone demons, or demon statues. These guys are really a joke to fight. They have a good breath attack, as in the attack itself, once it starts, is pretty good. It has good reach. They can spin while using it. The problem is, it has such a long windup, and these guys have such low health, and they're very slow, they don't have any real defense. So you can kill them really easily before they breathe the fire. Also, they wouldn't be such a problem, or they wouldn't be such a trivial fight if the area which we were fighting them in was a bit more narrow and harder to move around in. What's nice is some of them are actually just statues, and they don't move. And they won't fight you, but they actually levitate, which is kind of cool. Oh, that startled me. It would have been nice if, as a trap, they had them breathe fire when you walked in front of them. I think that would have been cool. You can see I'm making just such short work of these guys. It's a matter of just walking around and hitting R1 or hitting my my bumper. Before I go underneath this bridge to the other side, just wanted to point out, in case you didn't see, there's an item up there that we can drop down to by this statue, and there's actually one of those guys over there. I feel like this would be a good PvP area. It kind of reminds me of Gears of War a bit. Gears of War 1. There was a map that was, I think, in a parking garage. I can't remember what it was, but it reminds me of that area down there. Okay, so if you look up there, we can actually see a new enemy, and I'll talk about that in a sec. I just want to check if there's anything back here. I don't remember. No, there isn't. Wait, yes, there is. Sulfur Brave Warrior. So up there was a beast with, what, like 8 tentacles, with 2 of them up front. A large, sort of gelatinous body with a bunch of blinking eyes. This thing is actually called a Chaos Eater. Now, it has a grab attack where it can grab you and throw you up to the top of its body, which has a gaping maw. It has a poison spit attack, or a toxic. I can't remember if it's actually toxic. And he also has just a slam attack. Now, a very easy enemy to avoid. Very easy at this point for me to kill him. Only has around 900 or 1,000 health. So really, at this point, if you have a maxed out weapon, which you might not, it won't be a problem for you. So up there, We see a witch of, or not the witch of Izalith, but a daughter of chaos, wearing those gold-hemmed robes. We can go this way, down here, or we can go that way. We can also go up those stairs. Before I go up those stairs, I want to come over this way. Now this will take us to those items that we missed. Go ahead and kill this guy. I believe this is just a soul hero. Oh yeah, soul hero. Then over here. Now, I need to figure out how to... Please don't tell me I'm stuck. I think I am stuck. Shit. Come on. There we go. And... I gotta figure out how to get to that platform without jumping down, because I really don't want to jump down. Fuck, I'm gonna have to jump down. Whatever. I'll just climb back up. And I believe now is also a good time to Estes. Look up at the ceiling. You can actually see trees growing up out of this cavern. At least they look like trees. I can't tell if they're stone. They could also be stone, but they look like arch trees to me. And again, that makes sense. We saw Lost Izalith as one of the areas that we could see from the catacombs, or, sorry, the Tomb of the Giants, which is a very low point, I think, geographically. So it would make sense if there were arch trees infused with this cavern, I guess, somehow, according to the physics of this game. It is interesting how the world is structured in Dark Souls, where you have just this lake at the very bottom of the world, and then these arch trees that grow from under the ground through the soil. Now, when getting this item, you want to be very careful. There's a little ramp over here, and if you move too far, if you like continue to hold forward as you're falling, you will miss it. Over here is the rare ring of sacrifice. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on, actually. Where the fuck is it? There it is. And I might as well actually use my soul items, because if I'm gonna have the ring of sacrifice on. And I want to go back this way. So now that we got those items, what I'm going to go ahead and do is continue onward. You know what I kind of noticed? If we find rings of sacrifice on the bodies of a lot of these enemies, not a lot of these enemies, but if we find them on bodies, and they're being worn, how come we don't find them by the bonfire? How come they haven't broken? It makes you wonder if perhaps the people we have found it on aren't undead, and maybe the ring only works on undead. This mystical ring was created in the sacrificial rite of Velka, the goddess of sin. The magenta-shaded ring is especially rare. Its wearer will lose nothing upon death. No. Yep. And be freed from any curses whatsoever, but the ring itself breaks. So how did those people die? It must be concluded that they died without wearing the ring. They must have had the ring in their possession, but they weren't wearing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lure... I'm going to lure... this pyromancer, this daughter of chaos, over here, and gotta be careful. Oh, that's chaos whip. That's chaos fire whip. And that's chaos firestorm. Go ahead and Estes. And as we are fighting, we have to worry about Kirk. So I can go ahead and kill Kirk pretty easily. I'm gonna ask this up again. Go ahead and kill her. There we go. So it's, in Dark Souls terms, or video games terms, a fight like that is called a gank, where you think you're fighting one opponent, and suddenly you're fighting more. It's interesting that she actually drops something called an Izalith catalyst, and not an Izalith like pyromancy glove. Let's go to retrieve his humanity. And get the barbed straight sword. So let me go ahead and read the descriptions of the barbed straight sword and the Izalith catalyst. The choice weapon of the infamous Darkwraith Kirk, also known as the Knight of Thorns for the gnarly spikes of his favored weapon. The frightful sword deals only thrust attacks and causes heavy bleeding. Catalyst of the Witch of Izalith of long ago, when her daughters were still flame witches, before they were engulfed by the Chaos Flame. Before the birth of pyromancy, their wands were mediums for sorcery, but knowledge of the flame sorcery has long since vanished. So they didn't always just control fire, per se. There were sorceries that weren't all soul sorceries that were related to fire. And that is what they used before they became pyromancers, which is an interesting little tidbit. Here we go, we'll take this guy out. You can see that mouth of his as he was dying, which is up top. Over here is a chest, and inside here is Chaos Fire Whip. I've never used this pyromancy before. I'm going to go ahead and read the description to you right now. I'm in the keys. What am I doing? Art of the Flame of Chaos, which engulfed the Witch of Izalith and her daughters. Sweep foes with Chaos Fire Whip. The Fire Whip was wielded by the eldest daughter of Chaos. So that must have been the eldest daughter up here that we fought. And I'm pretty sure it's not Quelana, because if we go back, Quelana will still be there. And she hadn't gone hollow. So, like I said, I don't think it's Quelana. Alright. You can see I'm pretty much just getting careless there. I'm just trying to fight them. I was trying to just rush forward even while they were breathing their fire. It goes on for quite a long time, as you can see. I have one Estus Flask. Just cut this guy down. What I want to do is... Yep, I got my Divine Blessings on. Now, over there is a Titanite demon, or a Prowling demon, and he is going to be a pain in the ass. What I want to do is switch to my hardened leather armor, or my hard leather armor, simply because... whoops, let me go ahead and put this on and put it away then. Wow, I'm fat, huh? Is it this? Yeah, there we go. Simply because if I don't, his weapon and his strength will allow him to essentially stagger me, which will make it extremely hard for me to effectively dodge. Let's see. How close am I? Oh boy. Alright. Let's see, come on. Oh, there's that stagger boy. We got it, we got it, we got it! Yep, there we go. I was getting super excited. And he drops the Titanite Catchpole and the Demon Titanite. I'm not sure if this is the one that always drops it, or if it's guaranteed that at least one is going to drop it, and I just got lucky because there's still the one that's alive in Anor Londo, I believe. But over here is actually a shortcut, and I want to go and switch back to my nice-looking armor. Oh, not that. That's too heavy. This. So let's go ahead and read the description of the Titanite Catchpole real quick. And you'll finally understand why I constantly call it the Titanite Demon. Because in here it makes reference to it. A weapon of the Titanite Demon. A faceless stone monster born from Titanite's lab. One of the enchanted weapons, perhaps from residual power of the Titanite's lab. Known for its leaping attack which comes smashing down on foes from above. So it makes reference to that monster being called a Titanite Demon. Even though every other source that I find calls it the Prowling Demon. Come on. There we go. Alright, folks. Up next is some imminent sadness, so be prepared.
My very own son. I am the son. I've done it. I have. Yes. I did. I did. Oh. Oh.
Let's go ahead and put Solaire out of his misery. We can actually see his face as well.
It's over. My son. It's setting. It's dark. So dark.
When Solaire dies, he drops some humanity along with his set. Let's go ahead and read his equipment, and then maybe, by further exploring the area, we can figure out what happened to him. This standard longsword belonging to Solaire of Astora is of high quality, is well forged, and has been kept in good repair. Easy to use and dependable, but unlikely to live up to its grandiose name. Helm of Solaire of Astora, Knight of Sunlight, of high quality, but lacking any particular powers. Solaire's incredible prowess must have come from rigorous training alone, for his equipment exhibits no special traits. Armor of Solaire of Astora, Knight of the Sunlight, the large holy symbol of the sun, while powerless, was painted by Solaire himself. And once again we get that line, Solaire's incredible prowess must have come from rigorous training alone, for his equipment exhibits no special traits. The reason why that line is repeated a lot is I think the game wants to get across, or the designers, or Miyazaki, whoever wrote the lore, wants to get across the fact that Solaire is powerful, he is strong, he's heroic, but it's not his equipment that gives him this power. So this power must be innate to him, he must just be a very powerful person. Now, there is one maggot here, you'll notice, that has red eyes. This place is super dark. What I think happened to Solaire is the last time we spoke to him, he was very dumbstruck by or awestruck by the fact that he still hadn't found his son, and he was starting to become crestfallen. I think he came this way in this dark area, and he was about to lose hope when he saw the red eyes glimmering of this creature. And here's what happened next. The Sunlight Maggot. A loathsome parasite that inhabits lost Izalith. It is completely immobile, yet still lives. When worn on the head, it emanates blinding light, which is why it is known as a Sunlight Maggot. I think Solaire saw this creature and let it infect him because he mistook it for his own son. And this infection started to take control of him, and he just went insane. It's a sad ending to one of the happiest characters in this game. He really did fail in his quest. But then again, who have we met so far that has succeeded in their quest? Everyone around us has basically failed at every step of the way. Look, they dropped sunlight metals. So this is a way back over to the Demon Ruins where we fought the Demon Fire Sage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to Homeward Bone. And get my essence back. And then maybe kindle that fire. And also level up. Oh, I want my dex to be at 20. We are just short. Kindle this bonfire. Let me get up and let me go ahead and take this off. because we will die on our way back if we don't have it on. Because we need the orange charging ring on. Also, I want to go ahead and use a soul item. About a few of these. Let's go put it on our hot bar, actually. Because I don't feel like going through one by one and using them all. Fantastic. So now, what we can do is we can level up our dexterity to 20. Good, good. And when we go, let's go ahead and repair our equipment real quick. Lava will do damage to our equipment, so I want to make sure that it's good before we continue on. I want to access my bottomless box, and I want my Dragon Slayer Great Bow. I can simply find it. Yep. There we go. And I want all of my arrows here. Okay, good. Fantastic. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to that area where we found the shortcut. I want to take this off. And let's just continue on. Continue forward. You can put the gloves back on. It's funny, we literally took the gloves off to fight that to fight that prowling demon. We're like, oh, the gloves are coming off. I never really noticed that. I just think it's comical that it happened to be that way. I think we're doing pretty good on time too. What are we at, 20 minutes? We haven't lost a lot of time. I'm gonna run past these guys because, let's face it, killing them is really not gonna yield us too many souls. Now running past them is kind of fun. We'll kill this guy because why not? And now what we'll do is we're going to go back over to this area. And I want to kill these guys down here. Oh. Pull out of the way there. Is the fire done? Yep. And I want to clear out these guys only because I'm going to be lingering on this platform over here, or this walkway or pavilion or whatever you would call this area, for a little while. You can leave that one there. And you'll notice that there's an item over here. If you look at this floor, it seems a bit different from the rest. And when we walk over to here, it just completely breaks. Oh, what the fuck? Who is that? How did you get here? Where did this guy come from? It wasn't this guy, right? Where was he at? He must have been peeping us from somewhere. Huh, whatever. But if we look down there... you'll see Sigmar, and he's fallen asleep. Now, all the way down there are a bunch more Chaos Eaters. What I want to do is nimbly navigate this walkway here. Simply because if I do, it will take me to an opportunity to speak to Sigmar. And before I speak to Sigmar, I want to go ahead and clear out some of those Chaos Eaters. The reason for doing so is what we have to do is essentially jump down there and move through that area at some point regardless. Now, the Chaos Eaters themselves don't really do so much damage, but in order to keep Sigmar alive enough, long enough for his quest line, he has to be past his 50% health point. His health is basically cut down to 50% here. So he's going to jump down here and try to kill all these Chaos Eaters, and we don't want him to die. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually lure the Chaos Eaters into this hole, which is fucking hilarious, because they'll fall down that hole to their death. And what I want to do is just get... you'll see 3 of them will walk forward. as soon as I step out here. And I just want to step over to here. You'll see they're like lemmings. They'll just fall down this hole. Now I'm going to go ahead and use Remedy here real quick. That's going to get rid of my poison. And before I continue on, I want to go ahead and walk on this walkway here a bit, because this will take us directly to where Siegmeyer is, I think. Yep. And I can drop down to there and move forward that way, which I might do, but I'm just going to drop down to here for now. And you see that there is there's one last Chaos Eater down there. What I want to do is get my Dragon Slayer Great Bow. I want my Dragon Slayer Great Arrows. I really hope this doesn't kill it. It won't. And now what I'll do is switch to my composite bow and use my standard arrows. Okay. The goal here is to get this thing as incredibly low as possible on health. And then what I will do is get this Y-hander out. And now let's speak to Siegmeyer. It appears he's fallen asleep here. Let's see.
Oh, excuse me, I was so absorbed in thought I just drifted away. Must be the war. Well, what's on your mind? No, don't tell me. Those monsters making life difficult for you? You need not be ashamed. We're all in the same boat, you know. I really have run up quite a debt to you. Perhaps the time has come. Friend, I have an idea. A good one, really. I will rush this dire feeling and you can slip away in the confusion. Please, friend. I owe you much for this. By the honor of the Knights of Katarina, allow me to assist you. And now, I go. Don't be slow. But you, didn't you get away? Well, you saved me, once again. Oh, thank goodness. I'm exhausted. I think I'll have a rest. Oh, don't you worry. The ground below me is my pillow. I'll recover shortly.
You might be wondering what Siegmeyer says if he drops below 50% health. And also, I did skip a little bit of his dialogue in the beginning because I didn't want him to drop. So, why didn't I just go ahead and show you? Alright, so here's what happens. So you can see there that he got hit by that acid attack that we got hit by later on, you'll see. And that dropped him below 50% actually.
get away. Well, you've saved me once again. Dear me, what can I say? I have failed you. My dear little...
And since he's dropped below 50%, he dies of his wounds. He drops the speckled stone plate ring, and I'm going to read you the description of that item, because I don't hear. Stone plates, the symbol of a true knight, grant the strength to face various hardships. Precious rare speckled stone plate grants the small boost to defense against magic, flame, and lightning. So it's a really good ring. You can also get it if you kill all the Chaos Eaters before he jumps down. Let's see. You do not want to fall down this thing. But there is a chest ahead, I believe. There is one. I think what I want to go ahead and do is put on this little lad here. And, yep, this is where the chest is. And I can't see the chain, so I'm going to hit it. This is a red Titanite slab. Fantastic. We have a white Titanite slab and a red Titanite slab. I think red is, what, fire? Or chaos, something like that. Now up here is a staircase, and this will take us behind that Chaos Eater, I believe. I'll go ahead and use my purple moss clump. Oh! Look at that. So, I almost destroyed my weapon. I got stuck, I think. I'm gonna have to use the barbed straight sword. Oh, that does nothing. Oh, wow! Bleed damage. I forgot. Bleed damage is fucking awesome. Alright, so here's a neat little trick. That'll repair my weapon. I need some on hand, though. I don't know if I have any on hand. I don't have any on hand. Well, he gives us a red Titanite chunk. Okay, so I don't have any repair powder on hand. Not a big deal. Because what I can do is I just need to figure out a way out of here. If I can figure out a way out of here, I can... what am I trying to say? If I can figure out a way out of here... Oh, yes, there. I can go this way, this way. Yep. This will take us back up. I can just walk back over to the bonfire, repair my equipment there. No, this isn't the way out of there. This isn't the way out of here. No, you can get back up because you can come down here. So, do I gotta get over there somehow? I think so. Yeah, I think I gotta get over there somehow. I usually just homeward bone, but now I'm actually curious if there's a way out of here. I saw that there's a hole in the ceiling. I feel like the designers would definitely put a way out of here. You know what I mean? But I think I am just going to homeward bone. And I'm very glad that I kept Siegmeyer alive. Okay, so... I'm going to go and repair this and this. This and that and that and that and that. And we are copacetic. And I think, actually, I'm going to stop here for now, guys. And I'm going to do a couple of things before I continue on with the boss here. But regardless, Thank you so much for watching. This has been Fahad Syed from Pixel Icons. Signing out. Have a great day, guys.